Hello and welcome to Scotch Sunday. Today, for the month of March, we're going to do Irish whiskey. We're going to do Glendalough Double Barrel. Hello, I'm Mark and welcome to Scotch Sunday. Today, we have Glendalough. I got my Glendalough hat and Glendalough shirt, and I've done a lot of Glendaloughs on the channel before. I've done their Calvados cask, their Burgundy cask, their Madeira cask. I've done their poutine. I've done quite a bit. I did both their Mizenoras. So today we have the double barrel. This is a single grain Irish whiskey, although that is kind of in question because the order that was sent, because a lot of their stuff is sourced. Now this is newer, so this may not be sourced. They don't have a lot of transparency on these. Doesn't really say where it was distilled. So we don't know, but I know that originally the order that went from Glendalough to, I believe it was distilled by Cooley, that it was for 90% corn, 10% malted barley. So that would really not be single, that would be 2 grains. But I do need to open this up. But oh yeah, and this one's like came with this print. I don't know what this is supposed to be. I guess that's wood grain, the grain of the wood. But anyway, so this is the Glendalough Double Barrel Single Grain Whiskey. So I will pour that in here. And as I've said, I've done several Glendaloughs. I love their 13 is probably my favorite Irish whiskey for sure. So, do want to just give that a little spin. So, anyway, so yes, this is 42% ABV. It is matured in bourbon barrels for 3 years and then finished in Oloroso casks. And for an undisclosed, we don't know how long. It's probably like 6 months, maybe, I think is what I can find online. But anyway, so Glendalough, it means Valley of the Two Lakes. They were founded in 2011. Then they're also, it was the area where they found was home to a 6th century monastery founded by St. Kevin, who is featured on their bottle and their tube. And he was a legendary monk, and he was the inspiration for the bottle. Originally, this wasn't independently owned, but now it's part of the company that owns like White Claw, and I don't remember what else. But anyway, St. Kevin, he's in this pose, and the story goes that he stayed in this pose and he began to pray, and he went into a trance. And he stayed in that trance so long that a bird landed in his hand and made a nest. And then he stayed in that position until the eggs hatched that the bird had laid in his hands. That's the story that goes with that. But, you know, it is what it is. So, all right, let's show it to you in the bottle. And here's now the tube. This is what it looks like in the glass. It's only 42%. Probably, I don't know what the rules on Irish chill filtering are, but could be, because 42%, that's kind of low. So, but what can I read it to you here? It says, double barrel Irish whiskey aged first in bourbon barrels and then finished in Oloroso sherry barrels. St. Kevin, the man on the bottle, stood apart. The whiskey does the same. It has sucked the marrow out of 2 casks. An American bourbon barrel giving sweet toasted vanilla notes, Spanish Oloroso sherry barrel adding hints of dark dried fruit and a slight nuttiness. Oh, it is non-chill filtered. So yeah, it does. Okay, well, it says non-chill filtered. Good for them. There's quite a bit on the bottle, on the tube. Basically just going into single grain. The beauty of the single grain whiskey is that it really wants to take the flavor from the barrel. That's why we've obsessed it with finding the best possible barrels. Barrel 1, this one starts life in a bourbon barrel. Its predecessor, Liquid Kentucky Straight Bourbon, of course, lays that sweet foundation of honey, caramel, while charred American oak gives those lovely vanilla notes and smooths out everything over 3 years. Barrel 2 then into Oloroso barrels for depth, roundness, spice, and complexity. The toasted Spanish oak gives us these complex wood spices, but again, the predecessor liquid that layers on something different. And this was the interesting part, was about where they get their Oloroso barrels, because they are pretty transparent about that. For our Oloroso barrels, we venture off the beaten track to a small town in the Andalusian mountains called Montilla, home of the famous Pedro Ximénez grape and consequently the finest Oloroso in the world. We visit our favorite local producers, we go to their bodegas, choose the liquid and seasoning time as we go. So there you have it. Okay, I'm going to give this one more little spin. Oh, that was a perfect pour, look at that. Stays right on the edge of the glass. All right, let's see what we get. Okay, you know what? This, of all of the Glendaloughs I've tried, this is reminding me most of the 13. Just because the wood is very pronounced. Definitely get a lot of wood. Oaky. Of course, you know, the Mizunara was different, but this definitely, I get a lot of oak. Some ginger. I'm surprised because on a corn there, I was expecting more of a bourbon-like character, and it really doesn't have that. I wouldn't necessarily say that it seems scotchy, but it definitely doesn't seem bourbony. Vanilla, oak. I'm getting some of those nuts in there from the Oloroso. It smells like almonds. So there are sherry is on there, so they must have used very good casks. Ginger. I'm not getting as much dark fruit as I would have thought. Yeah, this is more spicy. I'm getting typical Irishness with maybe some like some fruitiness, but I wouldn't say necessarily appley that I would expect. This more like more of a, certainly not citrus either. What fruit is that? Let's go with like a tropical note. But not like coconut, more like maybe a little mango-y, pineapple. Banana kind of note. So, okay. That's all. But the fruit is very subtle. It's definitely more of the oaky, vanilla, that ginger, and the vanilla and the nuts, the nuttiness. All right. Definitely oaky. That woodiness is in there. Vanilla hits me with some lemon zest. The nuttiness is there, definitely almonds, vanilla, ginger. That's kind of it. Yeah, I don't get the dark fruit that I would have thought I expected from the Oloroso, but I do get the nuttiness, the almond. It definitely has an almond note in there, but vanilla, lemon citrus, almonds, yeah, oaky for sure. All right, let's see if it changed any. I am getting that lemon zest now that I didn't get that lemon initially, but after the palate, now I'm getting that lemon on the nose. Lemon, vanilla, not getting that tropical fruit at all. It's lemon, vanilla, oak, almonds, ginger. Yep. Obviously 42% ABV. There really isn't an ethanol burn in there. There's a hint of pepper in the back, not very much. Very thin, kind of feels like it disappears really quick. So very short finish. I mean, it doesn't even seem like, you know, a couple seconds after, I don't feel like I've even had anything. But yeah, palate, ginger, vanilla. It's kind of like a citrus, I guess a lemon citrus peel kind of bitterness with the oak, bitter oak in that. Nutty. Yeah. So what would I give this? This is definitely not my favorite Glendalough. This was not expensive at all. I paid like $42 or something. It was on sale, and I guess, and then came with this little thing, and that's the only reason I bought it. I didn't go out looking for it. I walked into a store and it was right by the front door on special, like $42. So that's why I grabbed it. Had no intention of ever buying it otherwise. And I don't know, $42 may be MSRP, but anyway. Okay. This is okay. I don't feel like you need to have this on your, I don't even know if you need to really try this. It's not bad. I'm not complaining, but I mean, I won't keep this on my shelf. So that kind of caps it at like 6 out of 10. I know I'm stingy with my grades. I don't give out hardly any 10s and very few 9s. So 6 out of 10 on a Likert scale. It's okay, not great. Don't need to go out and buy it. And I like Glendalough because the 13 is fantastic. Buy the 13. And the Madeira and the Burgundy are also very, very good. So, all right, we will see you next time.